Hello, fabulous friends and fans. Welcome to another episode of Nadiya Shah Productions. I am your host, Nadiya Shah. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to celebrate with you my friend, Brian Walsh. Brian is one of the most insightful and compassionate people that I've ever known. He is the author of the beautiful book, The Secret Commonwealth and the Fairy Belief Complex. He is a spiritual care provider in urban hospitals. And he also has a beautiful blog, and it is called The Song of Avragon.
The Song of Avragon is a song that when humanity first arrived in Ireland, the first person to step foot on land from, in the medieval texts they came from Spain. Spain is often a euphemism for the other world. So they came from the other world, and the minute he put his right foot on the land, he erupts in this song, this poetry, where he connects himself with all of existence. And it starts off with, I am wind on sea, I am ocean wave, I am roar of sea. But then it goes on to connect himself with different plants and different animals and arts and celestial bodies and everything. It's been connected sometimes with a piece in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna connects himself to all of the different parts of the universe. So it makes me think of human connectedness. For me, I think that connection is the heart of spirituality. The blog itself is going to have a bunch of different streams. Healthy spirituality in healthcare. And then in the second one, I'll be looking at topics in religion and culture, mostly Celtic stuff, but not always. And then I'd like to look at myth and meaning in the third strand, a strand on nature, and of course a strand on the Song of Avragon itself. Because each line, I think, is worthy of some kind of reflection.
And I'm sure your book has been cited many a times in many papers, The Secret Commonwealth and the Fairy Belief Complex. It's quite an impressive title.
It's a bit of a mouthful, yeah.
And it sounds very academic.
It is. It's a bit of a cool read, so it's not definitely not my reflections on things.
But that has value as well. Yeah. Understanding things intellectually and being able to show that you can allows it to then sink to other levels of heart, levels of spirit.
Yeah. Yes, it's a very careful exploration of what people believed about fairies and second sight in 17th century Scotland. What I came away with for myself was the real understanding that religion as lived, or spirituality as lived, is very different from doctrine. There are very few people who live a particular doctrine as preached.
Don't we continue to do that now? Like, we see that in our modern world as well, this trying to reinterpret texts in a way that will fit the way that the culture is moving.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at most modern Christians, for example, a lot of them don't believe in original sin and hell, which makes the notion of salvation a little dubious. And yet, Jesus is still doing something for them. There's still a message there, there's still a lived mystery of service, of being in touch with something larger than yourself, and the ministries of healing and the ministries of kindness that were a part of his message, but not the whole of his message. And to other eras, not even necessarily the most important part. So without changing the story, whichever parts get emphasized has really moved with us as we move along. And that's not new, only now we have a paper trail.
I would love to talk to you about your work as a spiritual care provider. I think it is very important work. You are there to guide people during transitions in their life in a hospital setting. I'm sure that sometimes that is personally moving for you as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's an old Jungian axiom, but it didn't start with him, but we cannot touch without being touched. When people hear spiritual care provider or hospital chaplain, the first thing they think of is death and dying. And that's a big part of it, but it's not the majority of it. The transition that happens when people move into hospital for an acute stay is hard. Their identities are changed. If you've come down with a life-threatening illness or a life-changing illness, it impacts not only what you're going to do next Tuesday, it impacts how you see yourself. In various cultures, we have like Chiron as the wounded healer.
And so that's your role, is sort of as the healer of spirit.
Of spirit.
How have you been changed as a result of this work?
I've become a more compassionate person, and...
But you would have to be compassionate to even get into this line of work.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, but it really has in some ways dropped to a deeper level.
Thank you so much for being here and for bringing your insights and your compassion to this moment and to my audience. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for being here to celebrate Brian Walsh with me. Until we connect again, take care. Welcome to Nadiya Shah Productions, featuring inspiring, positive, uplifting people, places, and events in astrology, New Age spirituality, and art. Catch full episodes, daily horoscopes, and so much more on my website, nadiyashah.com. Thank you so much for watching. Until we connect again, take care.